ready for Tuesdays with Tiffany Lewis. Tune in at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to Be the Change, only on Clear Source Radio, where we inspire people soul to soul. Only on Clear Source Radio.
Hi guys, welcome to Be the Change. This is Tiffany Lewis. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you enjoyed your holiday weekend. Got to spend some time with the family, maybe barbecue. The weather is finally nice again. It finally stopped snowing in, I think, every state at this point. So we talked about a lot of really heavy stuff last week, and although I didn't get to finish what we were talking about, I want to go in opposite direction with it this week rather than continue with part 2 of that show, because it's been an uplifting last few days, and luckily I have not seen or witnessed any children taking their own lives by the hand of suicide. I haven't had anybody send me videos of them taking their own life and putting it on Facebook Live, but that's because I'm not really on Facebook anymore, thank God. Okay, so first things first, I want to go ahead and officially announce that this coming Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be doing the very first episode of Decoding the Unknown. Now, I have been working on this show for weeks, if not a month now. The website, there's still a lot of work that I need to do, especially as far as branding it and the website and social media, but I'm ready to do the first show. I finally have enough material, I think. I have a lot of audio to go through. I've got hundreds and hundreds of hours of audio and pictures, and I want to tell you a little bit about that show so that you guys don't get a misconception. This is not, it sounds like a paranormal show, like I'm going to talk about just ghosts or something, hauntings or something like that, and that's not it. This is way bigger than that. We're going to be providing proof and evidence, and I'll be visiting locations and recording and taking pictures of things, such as currently it has been graveyards and also some pretty severe and regular UFO sightings. I don't want to give too much of that away. I want to save some for the show, but I have a wonderful story to tell you. We're going to kick it off on Friday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, so tune in here to Clear Source Radio, and it'll be on iHeart Radio, and I look forward to sharing this very interesting topic with you guys. Later it'll go into other details such as Bigfoot and Chupacabra, anything unknown, anything that can be refuted, or anybody has questions about if it's real or if it's not real, or was it photoshopped, or whatever the case may be in each given situation. I'm going to actually visit the location multiple times. Like for this first episode, I probably visited 8 graveyards, and like I said, I have hundreds and hundreds of hours of audio, lots of footage, some that they didn't let me make it home with, where I recorded it and it was totally deleted by the time I got home. That was 8 out of 10 cases of that, which is why I had to visit so many graveyards, cemeteries, whatever you call them. However you word them is what I meant. So yeah, Friday 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, Decoding the Unknown. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. Hopefully we got some good convincing audio, because the footage is very convincing. If you go to my Facebook page, Tiffany H. Lewis, or go to the Facebook page Decoding the Unknown, you're going to see pictures for everything that we will be discussing. Or basically, if I come on a Friday night and I talk to you about a particular place or an event that has happened, I will provide you the proof that, you know, you can go ahead and discuss it. You can try to refute it. You can claim that I photoshopped it. Or maybe you'll believe that I'm not even intelligent enough to know how to Photoshop something like this, because it's, you know, these are things that pass through light and dark and walls, and while they are visible to a camera, they are not visible to a naked eye, and that's just the alien UFO afterlife part of it, which is a small part of the show. We're going to talk about so much. We're going to decode things. We're going to debunk things. We're going to explain things. And so, yeah, I wanted to share that with you and try to get you guys to tune in Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. And, all right, let's be the change. Okay, so we're going to try something different, something that I've never done on this show before. I'm not going to interview anyone. I'm not going to be emotional in any way or tell you any sad stories, statistics, or anything upsetting in any way. It's going to be a very upbeat show, and I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, all my loyal listeners. And let's get started. So I've done some research, and I have found what I think are some of the top facts, random facts. Some of them are weird, some of them are strange, some of them are funny, but either way, I want to share them with you because they're all unusual. So I'm going to read them in no particular order. Choosing exciting places for a first date increases the chances of the other person falling for you. Handshakes were originally meant to make sure that the person you were meeting wasn't carrying a concealed weapon. The hand clasp proved that your hand was empty, and shaking was meant to dislodge any weapons hiding in the sleeve. That one's interesting. The boom-slaying snake's venom causes you to bleed from all the holes of your body. Ugh, snakes. Women have twice as many pain receptors on their body than men, but a much higher pain tolerance, which is why that joke always goes around about, you know, a man gets the flu and a woman has the flu at the same time, and, you know, he's dying or whatever. Like, they really can't handle pain. When getting a new car, choose one that is silver. This color is most visible on the road and is least likely to get into an accident. That's cool. The butterflies you get in your stomach when you see someone you like is actually a stress response caused by adrenaline. A small amount of stress helps you to remember things better, but a large amount will actually hinder your memory. All right, this one's kind of funny. I don't know how G-rated it is, but this is an unusual fact. By law, a pregnant woman can urinate anywhere she wants in Britain, even if she chooses in a police officer's helmet. Alright, so those were weird facts. We're going to move on to strange facts. Yeah, I can't say all of these because some of them aren't really, like, family friendly. Donkey Kong got his name because his creator believed donkey meant stupid in English and wanted to convey the impression that the character was a stupid ape. People can suffer from a psychological disorder called boanthropy, which is a phobia of feathers, being tickled by feathers. Weird. Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to be advertised on TV. A duel between three people is actually called a truel. Hey, that's a really good random fact. A truel. That's interesting. The stage before frostbite is called frost nip. The 2 tiny holes drilled in every single big pen is to ensure that the air pressure is the same both inside and outside of the pen, which helps the ink flow to the tip. Okay. In South Korea, there's an emergency number, which is 113, to report spies. There are no bridges over the Amazon River. The process by which bread toast is called the Maillard reaction. Maillard, something like that. Snails have 14,000 teeth, and some can even kill you. Sonic the Hedgehog's full name is actually... Oh, this one can be fun. Agilvi Maurice Hedgehog. Maybe I said that right. Alright, even though Fruit Loops are different colors, they all have exactly the same flavor. Most toilet paper sold for home use in France is pink. Oh, that's cool. They need to do that here. It reminds me of that colored paper from the 90s that they just brought back. We could have a whole conversation on the 90s coming back and yeah. Let's see. The human nose can remember 50,000 different scents, and I'm sure that's minimum. Marmite was one of the most confiscated items at airports from the UK. To overcome this issue, Marmite made smaller ones for traveling. I don't even know what that is, but there you go. All right. Cards Against Humanity bought an island in Maine to preserve wildlife. It's called Hawaii 2. That is a really cool fact. I did not know that. Cards Against Humanity is a game, for those of you who don't know what that is. I hear it's really fun. Oh, yeah, I can't say that one. The television was invented only 2 years after the invention of sliced bread. It's like, that's when people joke, they say, oh, well, that's the best thing I've ever seen since sliced bread. They need to be saying, that's the best thing I've ever seen since television, because the television was invented 2 years, after sliced bread. All right, bullfrogs do not sleep. The dark region of the North Pole is Pluto's moon. Of Pluto's moon, Charon is called mortar. Okay. 8 of the 10 largest statues in the world are of Buddhas. Okay. In 2015, a silver coin with Superman on the head side was made, which is legal tender in Canada. There were only 350,000 of them produced. Wow. So in 2015, there's a coin which has Superman on the head side of it. A silver coin. That's really cool. And you guys know I'm going to do my homework and get my hands on one of those coins. I like to have rare things that no one else has. It took the creator of the Rubik's Cube, Erno Rubik, 1 month to solve the cube after he created it. In the current world, the record is 5.55 seconds. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how long it would take me to do a Rubik's Cube. I don't even know that I've ever actually solved one. But they're pretty. Alright. Japanese square watermelons are ornamental plants and are not edible. Alright, this one I think everybody knows. Tigers have striped skin, not just striped fur. The stripes are like fingerprints, and no two tigers have the same pattern. Basically, just like any other animal, like a giraffe or anything, a zebra, none of their stripes or patterns are ever the same. They're all unique to each one. Yeah, I can't even try to explain that one. It was gonna let me tell you how to say the letter K in Morse code, but it's like dash, period, dash. And if you don't know what Morse code is, I can't even attempt to explain that to you. I cannot attempt to explain Morse code at all. But it's, you get it. Dash, period, dash. It means K. So, alright. In 2005, a fortune cookie called Wonton Food Inc. correctly foretold lottery numbers, wow, resulting in 110 winners and an investigation. No fraud was involved. Wow, that would have been cool. Hold on one second. Alright. If you die in Amsterdam with no next of kin, no friends or family to prepare your funeral or mourn over the body, a poet will write a poem for you and recite it at your funeral. Okay, that's awesome. Really awesome. I wish they treated people like that here in the United States. The Himalayan honeybee, largest of all honeybees, makes a hallucinogenic honey that tribes collect. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone because kids today, you guys are already trying enough crazy stuff. I'm not going to encourage you to seek out a Himalayan honeybee for a hallucinogenic, but that is an interesting fact. In 2014, Sony made a cassette tape that can store 180 TB of data. A cassette tape, wow. Okay. The collars on men's dress shirts used to be detachable. This was to save on laundry costs, as the collar was the part that needed cleaning the most frequently. The man who found the 5,000-year-old corpse named Otzi the Iceman in 1991, which is the oldest natural European mummy, was also found dead, frozen in ice in 2004. Okay, that's ironic. I'm always saying, live by the sword, die by the sword. Alright, here we go. In 2014, a missing woman goes on a vacation in Iceland. She was found when it was discovered that she was in the search party looking for herself. If you sneeze while traveling at 60 miles per hour, your eyes are closed for an average of... Oh, it cut it off. I don't know. But yeah, don't sneeze at 60 miles per hour. Both Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage shared the same wife, Elvis Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. I didn't even know Nicolas Cage had been married to her. Wow. Alligators will give manatees the right of way if they are swimming near each other. That's cool. The I'm Feeling Lucky feature in Google search actually costs Google $110 million a year, as 1% of all searchers use this feature and bypass all advertising. Okay, I don't know if you caught that, but I just learned something new. So if you go to Google and you type in something and then you hit the feature that says, I'm feeling lucky, you literally get to bypass all advertising. That is a really good one to know. So all the pop-ups, they'll just go away. Expedia.com, Hotels.com, Hotwire, Trivago, Travelocity, Orbitz, etc. are all owned by the same company, Expedia Incorporated. Before the term bloopers was coined, outtakes. No, I can't say that one. I'm sorry. Baked beans are actually not baked, but they're stewed. Rowan Atkinson, also known as Mr. Bean, is actually the voice of Zazu in The Lion King. Aw. Alright, that's cute. The most popular item at Walmart is bananas. They sell more bananas than any other single item that they have in stock. That's interesting. Sunsets on Mars are blue. Now, how cool would it be to go to Mars and watch a blue sunset. And how did they find that information out? And I'm going to have to go look for a video of that. All right, so when you abbreviate the word pounds down to LBS, right, that actually comes from the Latin word libra, which means pound. Random, but true. The small indents in the bottom of frozen pizzas are there to prevent air bubbles from forming inside of the dough. Weird. The term footage comes from films being measured in feet when being edited in the early days of filmmaking. In 2005, Mark Zuckerberg, however, Facebook guy, Zuckerberg, unsuccessfully tried to sell Facebook for $75 million. Back then it was called, and this is all one word, the, with a capital T, the face with a capital F, book. The Facebook. I never knew that, actually. That was in 2005. So if that doesn't make you feel old, I don't know what will. Okay. Some areas in Scotland and Japan switched to blue street lights at night and saw a decrease in crime and suicide rates. And now that's interesting, and I'm gonna go there for a minute because, they say shades of blue are calming, peaceful. I've recently painted 2 walls in my house blue, and it is a very calming effect. So that's crazy. They switched their street lights to blue instead of red and saw a major decrease in crime and suicide rates. So anybody listening who has control over whatever color the street lights are, you should consider turning them blue at night. That's insane. All right. The first film with a $100 million budget was True Lies, which was made in 1994. Digging a hole to China is theoretically possible if you start in Argentina. Oh, Lord. All right. Strawberries can also be white or yellow, and some can even taste like pineapples. Okay, that's a new one. Elephants make friends, bury their dead, travel for funerals, speak to each other, and show extreme intelligence. That is pretty cool. As of 1998, over 50% of Iceland's population believed in the existence of elves. The Boston Marathon didn't allow female runners until 1972. When watermelons are grilled or baked, they lose their granular texture and can even be used as a meat substitute. Ew. A watermelon steak. Ew. So you could grill it or bake it, and it's no longer grainy, and it's sort of like tofu, I guess. Ew. Weird. Okay. Some cat breeds, called puppy cats, are bred specifically to exhibit dog-like behavior. Huh. Bluetooth technology was named after a 10th century king, King Harald Bluetooth. He united Denmark and Norway, just like the wireless technology united computers and cell phones. That is a really cool fact. All right. Some of these are kind of like, meh, but that was a really good one. All dogs are banned from Antarctica. This started in April of 1994, and the ban was made because of concern that dogs might spread diseases to seals. Oh. Hart Island is the final burial place to over 1 million of New York City's unclaimed bodies and thought to be the largest government-sponsored mass graveyard on Earth. Hart Island. Millions of unclaimed bodies, largest government-sponsored mass grave on Earth. I need to visit there. Okay, that one. Sorry if you hear me turning the pages. Again, these are in no particular order. I just kind of tried to find the best ones, and I wanted to, like I said, keep it upbeat tonight and just have some laughs with you guys. not be so serious, tell you some random facts, and, have a good show. So, banks have therapists known as wealth psychologists who help ultra-rich clients who are unable to mentally cope with their immense wealth. God, I wish I had that problem. I'm going to say that again. Banks have therapists known as wealth psychologists who help ultra-rich clients who are unable to mentally cope with their immense wealth. Yeah. In 1999, hackers revealed a security flaw in Hotmail that permitted anybody to log into any Hotmail account using the word like EH, parentheses, At the time, it was called the most widespread security incident in the history of the web. You see, I never heard about that, but I'm not a Hotmail fan, so I'm sure that plays a big part in why the passwords are like 14 numerical or digits or values with a whole bunch of symbols in there, 14 characters long with all these other things in there now. Passwords have gotten so insane because of hacking and the fact that most of us have been hacked, if not once but several times over. That passwords, they're ridiculous to the point where you like close your eyes and you type in a bunch of letters and numbers and symbols and signs and you actually physically write it down like you did back in the day and hang it on your fridge because you can't even remember it. Yeah. A small population of mammoths survived on the Wrangel Island until 1650 BC, about 900 years after the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza were completed. Yeah, hold on one second. The state of Ohio gives out different colored license plates for those convicted of DUI. I think they need to do that here. I think they need to do that in every state. I'm not going to go there on the pedophile spill about how they should have different colored license plates too that stand out like a sore thumb, so that we can teach our children not to walk up to cars with certain license plates on them. That's actually really smart. All right. The Flintstones was the most profitable network cartoon franchise for 30 years. And then The Simpsons came along and they took over that one. The University of Minnesota is older than the state of Minnesota. In Japan, you are equally likely to die from being struck by lightning. That is, okay, whatever. It doesn't say what it's compared to, but whatever. All right. As of 2016, the site, if you guys remember the site called MySpace, it still gets 50 million visitors a month. I didn't even know MySpace still existed. Oh my gosh. Wow. And that was in 2016. Wow. Let's see. People don't sneeze in their sleep due to their brain shutting down the reflex. That's pretty cool. If you made $1 every second, it would take you 2,511 years to have more money than Bill Gates, which is over $79.2 billion. And that was as of 2018. In 2013, the movie Toy Story was remade shot for shot with real toys and real people and can be found on YouTube. So any Toy Story fans, go to YouTube and look for the 2013 version of Toy Story that was remade. That's interesting. The word Jurassic, which we so often associate with dinosaurs, actually comes from the Celtic word meaning forest. The brain is our fattiest organ, which is composed of nearly 60% fat. All right, so the brain is composed of 60% fat. We supposedly only use 10% of our brain. Where's the other 30%? Guy Fawkes is the reason that guys are called guys. Okay. February used to be the last month of the year, which is why it has the shortest number of days. Wow. This one's just stupid. Dead people can't get goosebumps. That's just stupid. The first film ever shown in the White House was The Birth of a Nation. Well, I'm not going to read the rest of that. That's not even nice. Let me see how we're doing on time so I want to get to the funny ones, but I want to do a few more of these because these are interesting and knowledge is good. I like to learn every day. I don't know about you guys, but it's important that we stay on top of our game and continue to educate ourselves every single day and never become, complacent or just okay with where you're at in life. You need to always be striving to be better than you were yesterday, a better version of yourself. You hear me talk about that a lot. And little stupid facts like this, and some of these are actually really awesome, some are really funny, some are very interesting, but it's going to help you long term if you learn new things every day and you're constantly learning new things and challenging yourself, especially if you have Alzheimer's that runs in your family. And I'm not reading this from anything, this is just from a medical perspective, but that's one way to avoid Alzheimer's, is to constantly teach yourself something new every day. Stay on top of challenging yourself. As we get older, that's why some people turn to complicated puzzles or whatever their game of choice may be, but it has to be stimulating. It has to be new. It can't be something that the answers to. Anyway, learn something new every day. Learn lots of somethings new every day. In fact, every person listen should get a dictionary, open it to a random page, close your eyes, pick a random word, and use that word 15 to 28 times until it becomes part of your vocabulary. That's all it takes. 15 to 28 times. You just learned a new habit. Again, not reading that. All right, back to the reading. Samuel Jackson, he's an actor. He has a clause in his film contracts that allows him to play golf during film shoots whenever he wants. Okay. In 1945, the first atomic bomb was created, and it was nicknamed the Gadget. Nice. Okay, for every child born in Wales since April of 2014, the Welsh government have donated a fruit tree to Ugandan families to celebrate the birth or adoption of every child. Man, I'm loving what all these other countries do compared to the United States. We don't have free healthcare over here. We don't have, free forever homes over here. We don't plant trees in honor of a baby being born or celebrating an adoption. It's so sad that the United States is the land that everybody wants to come to, land of the free, home of the brave, whatever, the greatest place to live, etc., etc. And it's a shame that all these other countries have all these amazing things, and everybody wants to live in the United States where there's nothing but drama and war and racism and criminal behavior, crime. Yeah, if I had the opportunity, I would totally move to another country, a country that could not extradite me back here under any condition. Maybe even the UK, even though obviously goes against what I said about extradition a second ago, but it's just better over there. People are nicer to each other. Little random things like right there in Wales, how they donate a fruit tree to a Ugandan family just to celebrate the birth or adoption of every child. Can you imagine how many trees that is? While we're over here cutting down all the trees, what are we replacing them with? Like, how often do we go out of our way to plant trees and return the trees that we've cut down, return the gift to Mother Nature? One day we're not going to have very many trees left because nobody's planting them, and they take hundreds and hundreds of years to become mature and fully grown. Anyway, restaurants can sing happy birthday now because the copyright claims are now invalid. Judge George H. King ruled that a copyright filed in 1935 granted only the rights to specific piano arrangements of the music, not the song itself. Okay, 2 facts. Happy Birthday, the song came out before 1935, so they filed for the copyrights, but they forgot to involve the lyrics in it. And it's just the piano rights of the music. Wow. Okay. Shoe shops used X-ray machines to measure shoe sizes in the 1940s before the risks of X-rays were fully understood. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we've learned since the 1940s. But, oh wow. Iguanas have 3 eyes. The 2 normal eyes and a 3rd eye on top of their head that only perceives brightness. Okay, now that's funny because you guys know I have a bearded dragon, and somebody made a joke. Well, I assumed it was a joke about them having a 3rd eye on top of their head. Like, you know how we have our 3rd eye, it's happened to your 3rd eye, whatever. Only to sit here and read this to you, that iguanas actually have 3 eyes. And I know my dragon's not an iguana, but I totally thought it was a troll, an internet troll, just kind of making a joke about whatever it was that we were talking about in this bearded dragon group. We share pictures of our dragons and whatever, and I said that my dragon could see and preferred certain colors, such as red, whereas she couldn't perceive lighter colors such as white, off-white, cream, but she is attracted to blue, red, not so much black, but definitely blue and red. I know that those are her 2 favorite colors, and she'll migrate to those colors more than anything else. I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's to the point where I've even had to change her furniture around and turn her couch from purple to red because she really enjoys the color red. And she'll go to certain places in the house where there's a lot of red. For some reason, I've incorporated that color quite a bit in the house. And she'll hide somewhere where it's the color red or the color blue. I don't know. And I'm sure every animal is different. But anyway, the question was whether or not they could see in a full spectrum of colors, or only in black and white like some other animals, or could they see certain colors? And then this, what I thought was an internet troll came on, because dragons, they have eyes on both sides of their head, like right in front of their ears, and they can't see straight in front of them, which is why they always run into walls. Like they literally run into doors and walls. And if you ever hear like a loud thunk in the background, is my dragon running into a wall or a door. And I found that painting my walls darker colors, she doesn't run into them, but the doors that are painted white, or like the front door is like an off-white color, she'll run smack into it head first, just like at full speed. I probably shouldn't laugh at that, but it's funny. I probably have some videos of it on Facebook. It's hilarious. Anyway, that led to the conversation about, could they, since they can't see straight in front of them, why is it that she preferred certain colors? and we had a full-on discussion about, you know, possibilities of colors that they could see and having a preference over certain colors, which, you know, I'm learning every day. I learn something new about her every day. But yeah, someone who I thought was an internet troll claimed that she had a third eye on top of her head, and I was like, seriously, who's stupid enough to believe that? And now I just read you a fact that says iguanas actually have a third eye on top of their head that only perceives brightness. And this is an eyeball that you cannot see, like, as in the, you know, tap into your third eye, like you literally can't see it. That is pretty crazy. Okay, Big Ben, which is also known as Elizabeth Tower, is in London. It's, wow, is leaning over so much it can now be seen with the naked eye. In 4,000 years, it will be at the same angle as the tower in Pisa is now. Okay, I'll just leave that right there. Haven't been to London yet. Looking forward to it one day. Alright, you guys ready to laugh? I found some really corny, cheesy, funny facts. So, we've done weird and we've done strange, and now we're going to be funny. I don't know that I've ever done a show where I've made you guys laugh, so bear with me. My computer is attempting to set up an appointment for me to reboot, and we're not doing that right now. Sorry for that interruption. Take a drink real quick. Alright, here we go. Oh, and before I go any further, you guys know I'm really big on quoting my sources and telling you where I got it. So the first one was Weird Facts. It was called 100 Weird Facts That Are Strange But True, 2018 Daily Facts Daily. Second, Strange Random Facts, 100 Strange But True Facts That Will Shock You, from the Fact site. Number 3, 100 Random Fun Facts, again from the Fact site. I just want to give credit where credit is due. This is not my work. I've Googled it and I wanted to share it with you guys. And a lot of it's going to lead to conversations about certain things, but that's okay. I love that you guys tune in and you listen every week and you learn more about me every week, and just kind of get to see who I am. And it's nice to share my lighter side with you and not be so angry and upset that another 8-year-old has hung themselves on Facebook Live and people sent it to me, and it ruined my whole week and depressed me. And, you know, as an empath, you guys already know I overly feel every single thing. So I want to take a break from that tonight. Nobody's been able to ruin my week, and I know it's only Tuesday, but my weeks don't go, you know, Monday to Sunday like everyone else's weeks. It's Tuesdays, the radio show. I have a nonprofit. I work 1,000,000 hours a week. I never sleep. It's around the clock. And now another radio show on Fridays. So it's nice to just change it up a bit here, especially since we're moving in the direction of the new show on Friday, which I'm just so excited for you guys to hear. I have so much I want to say. Like, I sort of want to give it away a little bit, but, you know, fortunately, for the sake of this conversation, I guess, and any further conversations that could give it away, I have not listened to all of the audio yet. And I assure you, I took hundreds of hours of audio, and I assure you that I only made it home with maybe 5, literally 5. For every 30 pictures I took, they only let me bring home like 3. Maybe 3 out of every 30. Out of 8 graveyards, I don't even have 20 pictures, and I know that I took hundreds of pictures because I knew that it was going to do that. And, you know, this the way some things are. Some things don't want to be shared with the world. Some people's stories are very private, and while it will let me take a picture of it there, it won't let me take that picture home or look at it again. Or maybe I can take a picture and with my naked eye see whatever I'm looking at in front of me, and then I get home only to see a figure there, or a face, or an orb, or whatever. But anyway, so that's all happening on Friday. All right, here we go. 100 random fun facts. Oh, Lord. All right, banging your head against a wall burns 150 calories an hour. In the UK, it's illegal to eat mince pies on Christmas Day. For those of you that know what mince pies are, for those of you that don't, I'm not going to give it away. Google it, mince pie. When hippos, wow, when hippos are upset, their sweat turns red. That's cool. Like, really cool. A flock of crows is known as a murder. Let me say that again. A flock of crows is known as a murder. So, if you see a flock of crows, you would call that a murder. Kind of makes you wonder where the word murder originated from if a flock of crows is a murder. Anyway, Facebook addiction disorder is a real mental disorder. Seriously. I'm not actually at all surprised to hear that. That's maybe part of the reason why I got off of Facebook, at least regularly. I don't check it. I don't pay attention to it. And here's a random fact that's not on this piece of paper or any other one. The average human picks up their phone 88 times a day to check it. You check your phone, you pick your phone up, you get online, you surf the web, you do whatever, 88 times per day minimum. That's the average person. Let's just assume that some of us are above average people who pick up our phone 400 times a day. But worldwide, 88 times a day for an average person. And yeah, I had to stop doing that. I had to quit getting on Facebook, quit being so addicted to my phone, because I'm from a different time. I wasn't born into this cell phone era. The running around, shooting everything on video and blasting it for the world to see. I wasn't born in that time. I adapted to it because it happened during my teens. So it was new. It was fun. You know, a few years later, Facebook came along, MySpace, then Facebook. And it was interesting. It was different. It had never been done before. There were like these safety walls that were put up and people could hide behind them, which ultimately turned into a lot of other crimes such as stalking and cyberbullying and hacking and tapping into devices, and to the point where it's so ridiculous now. You're not even safe to go online anymore. People send very inappropriate pictures or messages. Like that wall of protection that we used to have added a level of comfort for those that had, let's say, social anxiety or didn't really know how to speak to a person, or maybe they like clammed up and got nervous. And then in comes MySpace. You have a wall that you get to hide behind, a computer screen, a keyboard. Nobody can see you, right? All of a sudden, you have this ability to say hi to a male or a female that you never had the guts ever in person to say anything to. So that stemmed into, well, let's use this, also for bullying and anger. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly why I got off of Facebook. And that's exactly why I don't check my phone 88 times a day. I don't even check it 8 times a day. All right, back to the funny facts. We've been waiting a while for this. Sorry. King Henry VIII slept with a gigantic axe beside him. Movie trailers were originally shown after the movie, which is why they were called trailers. These aren't funny, but the 29th of May is officially Put a Pillow on Your Fridge Day. Wait, Today's the 29th of May, so is officially put a pillow on your fridge day. Literally, seriously. All right. Cherophobia, like share, C-H-E-R. Cherophobia is the fear of fun. All right. Human saliva has a boiling point 3 times that of regular water. I'm going to say that again. Human saliva has a boiling point 3 times higher than that of regular water. I'm not suggesting that you boil saliva, but that's interesting. If you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground, it cannot hop. That's just cruel. Bananas are curved because they grow towards the sun. Oh my gosh. Billy goats urinate on their own heads to smell more attractive to females. Oh my gosh. The person who invented the frisbee was cremated and made into a frisbee after he died. That's kind of creepy. During your lifetime, you will produce enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools. Oh my. Okay, this one's kind of strange. It says, if Pinocchio says, my nose will grow now, it would cause a paradox. Okay. Polar bears can eat as many as 86 penguins in a single sitting. Wow. An eagle can kill a young deer and fly away with it. Wow. I don't know how many times we've talked about eagles, but yeah, I love eagles. They're the ones that fly into the storm, not away from it. I love them. Heart attacks are more likely to happen on a Monday. Now that's new to me as a cardiac arrest nurse over here. I never thought about that. There's a species of spider called the hobo spider. Alright. A lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. A toaster uses almost half as much energy as a full-sized oven. A baby spider is called a spiderling. You cannot snore and dream at the same time. So those of you that snore, you don't dream. And those of you that dream, you don't snore. That's funny. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. A baby octopus is the size of a flea when it is born. A sheep, a duck, and a rooster were the very first passengers in a hot air balloon ever. Okay. Oh, wow. Arabic women, ARAB, just so that I don't offend anybody or say this wrong. Arab women can initiate a divorce if their husbands don't pour coffee for them. Literally. That's cool. Recycling 1 glass jar saves enough energy to watch TV for 3 hours. There you go. Another reason to recycle. Ew. Smearing a small amount of dog feces on an insect bite will relieve itching and swelling. That is so gross. Catfish are the only animals that naturally have an odd number of whiskers. Facebook, Skype, and Twitter are all banned in China. That's interesting. 95% of people text things they could never say in person. And we were just talking about that. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying about that wall, that this invisible wall that's put up, which is just a computer or a phone or some kind of a screen, which, by the way, they all have cameras on them, and anybody who knows anything about hacking knows they're looking at you unless you like put some black tape on top of your camera on your computer. People can still hack you and watch you. But yeah. All right. The Titanic was the first ship ever to use the SOS signal. About 8,000 Americans are injured every year by musical instruments. Okay. The French language has 17 different words for surrender. Bob Dylan's real name is Robert Zimmerman. A crocodile can't poke its tongue out. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift away from each other. Now that may be the cutest thing I've ever learned in my entire life. I now admire sea otters even more. That is so sweet. Hewlett Packard's name was decided in a coin toss. A coin toss. The total number of steps in the Eiffel Tower are 1,665. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. An arctophile is a person who collects or is very fond of teddy bears. All right, teddy bear collectors, you are officially an arctophile. Pirates wore earrings because they believe it improved their eyesight. Oh, goodness. Octopuses have 4 pairs of arms. In England in the 1800s, pants was considered a dirty word. Pants, like pants that you wear. Yeah. It snowed in the Sahara Desert for 30 minutes on the 18th of February, 1979. Wow. Every human spent about half an hour as a single cell. Well, that's common sense, but okay. If you leave everything to the last minute, it will only take a minute. Yeah, that was not even funny. Sorry about that. Unlike many other big cats, snow leopards are not aggressive towards humans. There has never been one verified snow leopard attack on a human being. All right, those of you that think Bengal tigers are cute and that you can handle them and that you're the rare exception to the rule that when they hit puberty or a certain age, they're not going to eat you, just go for a snow leopard. I'm sure that's probably illegal in a lot of places, but you're safer that way. And then we don't have tigers and big cats running around and not enough sanctuaries for them to go to when you either die because they killed you or they get too big for you to handle or too expensive for you to handle for the amount of food that they eat, meat specifically. One more. The first alarm clock could only ring at 4 a.m. Birds don't urinate. Dying is illegal in the House of Parliaments. This has been voted as the most ridiculous law by the British citizens. Slugs have 4 noses. Panphobia is the fear of everything, which is a pretty unlucky phobia to have. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be pun, but it's not really funny. But anyway. Ew. An apple, a potato, and an onion all taste the same if you eat them with your nose plugged. All right, that's all I got. That's as far as I'm going to go. I've tortured you guys enough. So, all right, Friday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in to Decoding the Unknown. Join me. Like I said, I've spent many, many days, nights, hours of recording audio and EVPs and taking pictures between graveyards, UFO sightings, and that's just for the first show without giving, like I said, too much away. But I'd like to remind you that it's not a paranormal show specifically. Yes, we're going to talk about paranormal things. We're going to talk about anything that can be decoded. That's why it's called Decoding the Unknown. Anything unknown, we're going to go and figure it out and decode it and dissect it. And maybe we could eliminate it or rule it out or prove it. But whatever it is that we're talking about, believe me, I have done a lot of research on it. The show's not going to be every week because it's going to take me some time to travel these places and do enough research to provide you with the proof that you will need to make a decision whether or not you are a believer or not. So it's going to be up to you. You're going to look at the pictures, you're going to hear the audio, you're going to ponder on it, you're going to do your own research, and then you're going to make your own decision. And it's not really my job to convince you, but everything I have so far, good luck proving me wrong on that one. Seriously, it's pretty irrefutable. So again, looking forward to that show on Friday. All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks for putting up with my cheesy, corny facts for an hour. And I'm grateful that we didn't have to discuss any serious, hard, difficult, or sad subjects this evening. I know this is the first time that we've ever done it. It's probably the last time I'll ever do it, but I hope you guys enjoyed it at least a little bit. So have a good night. Thanks for tuning in to Be the Change. This is Tiffany Lewis, and I'll see you again next week.
Are you ready to be inspired? Are you ready to make positive changes in your life? Tune in to Be the Change, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, featuring our heartwarming radio host, Tiffany Lewis. She's an empath, an indigo, and has a new and uplifting message for you. Every week, Tiffany can be heard only on Clear Source Radio, where people inspire people, from our soul to yours. You can get the free app today at clearsourceradio.com. Visit Tiffany H. Lewis on Facebook for even more daily inspiration.